guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to focus this vlog all around how I embrace winter as much as possible. I'm definitely more of a summer person. I love the sunshine, greenery, but over the years I've really made a huge effort to also enjoy the winter time and to find the good things about winter and things that are just unique to this season that are really cool. And I wanted to wait until like middle of winter to film this, so it is January currently, because I feel like in November and December, when it does start to get cold, we do have like the Christmas holiday, New Year season, Christmas trees and lights and decor and family, and I feel like that can really take our mind away from the fact that it's not sunny anymore and that it's really cold and gray. But now this time of year it is even colder and the holiday season is over, so I feel like we need to make more of an effort to continue to feel good. If you are someone who is more sensitive to like wintertime, not seeing the sunshine and being able to be outside as much as in the summertime. So I hope that this video is going to be especially helpful for right now and for February. And I do really think that so much of it is about perception and what we focus on and where we want to put our attention to and what that dialogue is in our head. I think that that can have such a powerful effect on how we feel, and I thought we would keep this vlog style as well. So I'm just going to take you through the next couple of days and share little tips throughout my day, like things that come up that I can think of that I especially love this time of year, and hopefully you guys are going to find this helpful, get some inspiration. So I hope that you guys enjoy, and let's get into it. One of the things I especially look forward to in the cold winter months is a warming, cozy breakfast. I've really been into warm, creamy oats lately. This is so hearty and filling and so good for you as well. I call this like my superfood oatmeal recipe, and I'm going to show you how I make it. So of course, starting with some oats, I use about 1/3 of a cup, and then I do 2 tablespoons of chia seeds. I also love ground flax seeds, so I put some in there as well, about 1 heaping tablespoon. And then I love some fruitness in there too, so either half an apple, which I did today. I also love some raisins. A mashed banana is also a great alternative that will add some really great sweetness and even more creaminess. And then of course lots of cinnamon. I love cinnamon. And then I also love a little bit of cardamom in there. And then I do about 1.5 cups of water. You can adjust the amount depending on how thick or thin you want it. Let that cook for a few minutes and it's ready. All of these ingredients combined are just so rich in healthy fiber, as well as some really great omega-3 fats. And fiber is so important for your digestive system, for your overall health, for balancing out your blood sugar levels throughout the day, keeping you feeling really full and satisfied. And then I love to top it with some frozen raspberries and some walnuts. I will sometimes also do frozen blueberries or fresh berries depending on what I have, and then a little drizzle of almond butter as well. And oh my goodness, it is so good, so nice to have on colder mornings like today. I love it. Some red rooibos tea right now with oat milk. This is definitely another one of like the perks of winter. It's just cozying up. If your hands are cold, just wrapping them around a cup of warm tea. I love tea all year round, but especially in the winter, it's just so cozy and it's like a hug for the soul. But with that said, there's actually lots of benefits of cold therapy on your body, and this is something else that I want to talk about and something that I've learned a lot about. And when I learned about all of this, it really did shift my perspective on how I kind of like talk to myself when I was really cold. Instead of saying things like, oh my god, I'm gonna get sick, this is so bad for me, I'm freezing. And if you guys are like well-seasoned YouTube watchers, I'm sure you've come across the work of Wim Hof. He has so many great videos on YouTube. He also has a podcast, and this is where I actually got introduced to the idea that the cold is not actually bad for you. It's not going to automatically give you a cold, make you sick, be really bad for your immune system. In fact, it can actually be the opposite. It can actually be really good for you and strengthen your immune system. There's of course also now a thing called cryotherapy, which I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard about, but it's basically where you go into a cold chamber. Either you are standing up and it's just cold all around you, or you go into something like an ice bath and you expose yourself to extremely cold temperatures without wearing a lot of clothes. And people do this for their wellness and to improve their health, to again improve their immune system. So a few of the benefits of cryotherapy and just cold exposure in general are that scientists have found that it can actually increase and speed up your metabolism. It can help reduce inflammation and swelling of sore muscles. That's, for example, why a lot of athletes will use ice baths to soothe their muscles and speed up recovery. It's also been linked to improved qualities of sleep, better focus, and of course, it can actually help to strengthen your immune system. When I found all of this out, it really just shifted my perspective on what I think about when I'm in the cold, if I'm walking to my car or just going on a walk, or if I'm outside. Again, instead of telling myself things like, oh, I am so miserable, this is horrible, I'm gonna get sick, like I'm so freezing, like all the negative things, I now instead try to reframe it like, this is great for my immune system, it's helping to lower my inflammation, I'm gonna sleep better, it's speeding up my metabolism and things like that. I of course always try to be warm because I don't actually like to feel super cold when I'm out, but naturally when it is really cold, especially when it's -degrees, it doesn't really matter what you're wearing, you're still gonna be cold. So yeah, I definitely try to remind myself of those things, and it completely shifts how I feel. One really cool benefit that I love about the winter, and as we're on this topic, I feel like my skin is always a lot better during the winter time in terms of how much I break out. My skin is very acne prone, and I feel like it really benefits from the reduced inflammation that the cold can bring, and I get very excited about that because you guys probably know I have very sensitive, again, acne prone skin. I just feel like I have a lot of good skin days during the winter time. But with that said though, I do really have to make sure that I'm moisturizing, staying hydrated, really putting on the good serums and moisturizers and things like that so that my skin doesn't get dry. But if it is well moisturized and I'm hydrated, I really feel like my skin just looks so good. So that is a perk for sure. The next thing I want to talk about is actually one of my favorite things about winter and about this season, and that is how peaceful this time of year is and how it really inspires me to go more within, to reflect. I feel like we are part of nature. I've talked about this before, but like in the springtime, for example, I feel like there's so much energy just buzzing underneath the ground, like all of nature is blooming, flowers are coming up, trees are starting to blossom and grow their leaves again, you can start hearing birds chirping and things like that. And then of course summer is like the peak. It's hot, lots and lots of energy, nature is in full spring, and then of course we've got fall when everything starts to shed again. I feel like that's also a really great time to really think about what you want to let go. And now we're in winter, and it's that beautiful, like very still and calm time of year where I think it can be so beneficial to really take time to go within, reflect. You guys probably know I am a huge fan of journaling, so I like to do a mix of both using a physical journal like this, and then I do also love to write things down on my computer. It just depends like what theme or what thing I'm doing or journaling about. I also like to do a mix of both, where I will write stuff on my computer or find pictures or quotes or things that I like and then print them and put them into my journal. Also, just visually in winter as well, I feel like it's so calming to see snow, to see everything white, and just it feels like very sleepy in a way, like a sleepy time of year. I'm all about like having a calm, relaxed energy, and again, all of this is a work in in progress, just really shifting my mindset. Especially in the beginning, it's something that I really had to consciously choose over and over again. Instead of choosing like the negative way, you have to really be mindful and self-aware to kind of speak to yourself in a better way and to help you rather than to lead you down a negative path. Also, something that has been hugely beneficial for me is actually speaking to someone else. This can be incredibly powerful for self-reflection and for going within and really helping to unpack what is actually going on in your mind. Mo and I are huge fans of therapy. It's something that we've talked a lot about before, and that is why I'm so grateful that BetterHelp is working with me and sponsoring today's video. Again, I think one of the best ways to really follow through on healthy mental health habits or just getting to know and understand yourself better is to work with a licensed therapist. And with BetterHelp, you can access their network of over 20,000 licensed therapists from wherever you are in the world. I think this is so important, especially if you live in a smaller town or in a place where therapy is not widely available. And if you've ever searched for a counselor in your area, you know it can take weeks or even months until you get a phone call back. But with BetterHelp, you can start communicating with a licensed therapist in as little as 48 hours. And BetterHelp is not a crisis line or self-help. It is professional counseling done securely online. They will assess your needs and match you with your very own professional licensed therapist. And you can log into your account at any time and send a message to your therapist. You can schedule phone calls or video calls with your therapist, so you don't have to go through that awkward phase of waiting in a waiting room. Like with traditional therapy, it's all done from the comfort of your own home, which I love. And BetterHelp are really committed to finding you your perfect therapist. So in case you don't like your therapist, they make it really easy and free to change therapists if needed. They are also more affordable than traditional therapy, and financial aid is also available. BetterHelp wants you to start living a happier life today. If you guys want to check this out and join the over 1 million people who are taking charge of their mental health, you can visit betterhelp.com/Jaffrey. That's BetterHelp/Jaffrey, and that will actually get you 10% off your first month. So they provided a special offer just for us. I'll make sure to have the link down below in the description box if you guys want to check them out. Good morning, guys. It is the next day. I am about to work out. Got my workout outfit on, and this is definitely something that has really helped me in the winter time, especially just doing some kind of movement at home, because during the winter I personally just don't spend as much time outdoors, obviously because it's colder, it's grayer, it gets darker much earlier than in the summertime. So I think it's really important to just schedule in and commit to doing a little bit of movement at home. It's one of the main things that I do for my mental health. Like, yes, it's amazing for your body, for keeping you strong, great for your immune system, for your muscles, bones, and all of that, but really for your mental health. It just gives you like feel good endorphins, makes you feel strong, and it's something that you can, for the most part, do for free at home. There are so many good videos on YouTube, even on Instagram, so many free workouts, and they don't have to be like super intense. I do enjoy a few strength classes, like maybe 3 times a week or so, where I'll focus like on a different body part. So I'll do like arms one day, lower body, sometimes full body, just depends. But some days it's just a little bit of stretching, a little Pilates, something super gentle, but just getting in some movement at home, it can really go a very long way. And I like to do it in the morning because I feel like it just really sets me up for the day. But if the afternoon is better for you, or in the evenings, just find what works for you and for your schedule, and just have that little like commitment to yourself, and really think about it as a mental health and self-care activity that you're doing for your soul, for your insides, not just thinking about like, oh, my muscles and I'm gonna look a certain way. It's really about how it's gonna make you feel. So I'm gonna get started now. I will also leave a few of my favorite workouts down below in the description box, links to different websites and people that I love to work out with. So if you guys wanna check that, it will be down below in the description box. It is actually a beautiful day today. The sky is completely clear, the sun is shining, and it's making me very happy. It hasn't been like this though for the majority of this winter. We've had days where it's just snowed like non-stop, and it's been actually very beautiful, like white, but also gray. But yeah, the sun is out now, so I'm actually gonna go for a walk and just soak it in. I think that's also something really important in the winter, is when it is sunny to really take advantage of that. Either maybe like try to have your lunch outside, just get really cozy and bundled, or of course go for a walk. Maybe, you know, park your car like a little bit further away from the grocery store, so you can just have like an extra minute to be in the sunshine, like whatever works for you and your lifestyle. But yeah, definitely like soaking in those little bits of sunshine. I think that's so important, not just for vitamin D, but also just for our soul and like how we feel. With that said as well, I think one of the most important things in winter to feel good is to have proper clothing and to feel really warm and cozy and nice in your clothes. I think it's really important to have like one good, really warm jacket that you can wear when you go out on walks or running errands or going to work, whatever it is that you're doing. And then maybe one that's like a little bit nicer, maybe like a longer coat for a dinner or any occasion where you just want to like dress up a little bit. I have this one beige coat that you guys have seen from Mingo. I love it. I wore it so much last year as well. It's a wool coat. It's really long and it ties in the center, so it just feels like a robe. It's amazing. And then I also have my big black puffer, which I love as well. That one is from Fabletics. I also got that last year. I also have one that I really love from Zara. It's a beige puffer coat, and that one is super warm as well. It's with down feathers, so it just feels like a blanket. So maybe investing in a really great jacket or a coat that you can feel really good about and feel really excited to wear. And then with that as well, like sweaters, you know, maybe getting yourself a few new items that you are really excited about, that are warm and cozy and that just feel like a little bit special. And then of course things like boots. I love my Ugg boots. I love like thick leggings or even joggers. I've got a pair of joggers on right now with ankle warmers, you know, hats, scarves, gloves, like all the things. Just keep yourself warm, and that way I feel like it's just a little bit more pleasurable to be outside in the cold. Anyway, I'm going to head out now and enjoy this beautiful weather, the sunshine, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Back from my walk, and I picked up these really beautiful flowers. I believe they're called baby's breath, and I saw them just like this, and I thought just this by itself was so beautiful, just like really simple, and it's like a burst of joy. I think that is something else that is just especially so important in the winter time, is just to make your home feel really good, cozy, and to bring the sunshine inside when needed. So with fresh flowers, even just with lighting, like having some nice lighting on in the evenings when it starts to get dark, but it's still only like 4 or 5 o'clock. With that as well, like sunshine lamps could be something that you might want to look into. I've never tried those, but I know that some people really swear by them. But in general, just feeling good in your space, maybe that is playing some music in the background, maybe going through your things and organizing, decluttering, just so that you feel really good and just peaceful at home, since we do spend so much more time at home in the winter. Another way to kind of bring more sunshine in at home is through what you're eating. One thing I've always loved to do when I want to feel a bit more summery and just like tropical and warm is to eat fruit that is a little bit more tropical. For example, papayas, pineapple, or even things like oranges or berries, even apples. Like fruit in general, I feel like it's always so refreshing and just has something really summery to it, and just kind of like brings those memories back. So maybe as pre-breakfast to whatever else you're having, or as an afternoon snack, or even just throwing in some frozen pineapple or frozen mango or papaya in your smoothies. I think that is such a nice way to incorporate them and just get that little like tropical sunny kick to what you're eating. I am currently in our office and I'm just about to book myself in for a facial for next week. I'm gonna do a hydrofacial. Those are my favorite. This is another thing that I was thinking about that I think is really important to focus on in the winter time is self-care. And it's a fun time to do treatments like facials and things like that that are maybe a little bit more like intensive. Things like microneedling or a peel or even like lasers and things like that, because now it's obviously less sunny and we do have the advantage of it being colder. So the inflammation and the amount of redness and swelling that you might have would be a lot less. And even things like splurging a little bit on massages or acupuncture, whatever is your thing, I think now is so important to do that, just to give yourself like an extra little bit of love and care. And even beyond that, just making sure that you're really caring for your body so that you're taking your vitamins, especially vitamin D. I think almost everyone is low in vitamin D, even during the summertime, since we do wear SPF and we just generally don't spend as much time outdoors as our ancestors, and you know, we don't really work outside. And then of course things like staying hydrated, staying moisturized, and just making sure that you're really taking care of your body, taking care of your immune system. I think that is especially important during the winter time. And I am very excited for my facial next week, so really looking forward to that. Another thing I just love about winter are cozy warm soups. So tonight I made a roasted cauliflower soup. It was so delicious and so creamy and really simple to make as well. So I just sliced up and roasted one large cauliflower. I had that in the oven for about 30 minutes or so. And then once it was done, I added it to a large pot where I've already sauteed some red onion and garlic. Then I just added in some water and veggie stock, just about enough to kind of cover the cauliflower. And then I just pulsed it together with a handheld blender and voila, it's done. I also love a mixed veggie soup. I recently shared a recipe in my latest What I Ate Today, so I'll make sure to have that link down below if you guys want to check it out. And then of course I'll also have the exact recipe for this soup down below in the description box. I'm now on the couch and I've got my laptop in front of me. I've just been browsing on Revolve, ASOS, Zara, a few of my favorite places to shop online, and I'm actually looking at summery dresses and beachwear. We've actually booked a trip in a few weeks and I'm so excited. It's gonna be so nice and warm there. We're gonna have a beach and I'm so excited. And that's another thing that I wanted to talk about, and something that really helps me and just us, like Mo is very summery as well, and that's to have something to look forward to that could be like a little vacation, a trip. Of course somewhere like warm and sunny would be ideal, but maybe if that's just not something that you're able to do, even planning a little getaway for the weekend somewhere close to where you live, maybe even in the mountains or by a lake, just to kind of switch up your scenery, or even in a city if you live like more in the countryside and you just want to see something different. But just having something to look forward to, I think that's really important when you do feel like the winter is really long. You could even do like a house swap with one of your friends or with a family member, again just to have something different to experience, something different to do. With that said as well, something else that I was thinking about, and something that I always remind myself of when it is cold and I'm thinking about how amazing it would be to live somewhere where it's warmer, I remind myself of all of the positive things that are unique to where we live. And I really try to focus on those things and remind myself of those things, because I do genuinely love and appreciate those things so much. But sometimes my mind is just so fixated on like, oh my god, it's so cold, it's so cold, it's so cold. And then I have to reframe my mindset and think about it in a different way. So for example, a few of my favorite things about where we we live is the clean air. It's always so nice and refreshing when you go outside or when you open the windows. An actual quality, like if you measure it, you could see it on the weather app, it's always at a really good quality, so I really appreciate that. Other things I love is that the summers here are so beautiful. It doesn't get so hot to the point where you're uncomfortable and you just need to have AC all the time. Like, it's a really nice temperature, and it doesn't get too humid or too dry. It's just perfect, and the nature is so gorgeous and it's so lush. I also really love that the quality of food here is really good. Like, the produce is super fresh. They grow a lot of things here locally, and just feel like the quality is always really good. And with that as well, the quality of life here in general is really good. It's really safe and secure. There's not a lot of crime. So those are things that I have to remind myself of. Like, yes, even if it's cold in the wintertime for a few months, like, there's so many other great things that are positives. But yeah, those are things that I really appreciate, and I think it's important to make a list and write things down that are meaningful to you for wherever you live, and really remind ourselves of that in those moments where we can feel down because of one specific thing. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. For me, it was a special video and a special theme because this is something that is so close to my heart, and it is something that I've genuinely put so much work into and that I really feel like I've changed within me. So I really hope that some of these tips were helpful to you guys. I would love to know down below in the comments if any of this resonated with you. And where do you guys live? Do you have 4 distinct seasons, or do you live like in a really warm and sunny place all year round? Let me know down below in the comments. I always love to hear from you guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much again for watching. I hope that you're all having a beautiful day, and I will see you in my next one. Mwah. Bye guys.